Hello, I hope you all can hear me. If you can hear me, please put a one in the room. If you can hear me, please put a one in the room if you can hear me, because this is not going to be long. It's going to be a minute, and I'm going to say what I need to say. If you can hear me, please put a one in the room. Please put a one in the room. Okay, good, you can hear me. So, so I did not get to see Tim Blaine's situation. I just saw his title. And, let me tell you something. Do you really need some joy in your life? You really need some joy in your life. I'm telling you, you are the most miserable, gummy tooth, no teeth talking, having person in your life. Let me say this. If anything, I have a mortgage and I can put my payments behind. You can't do that because you are a renter, my friend. And the reason why I had to do that is because somebody on YouTube tried to take away my income. But when you have options, you can do those things. Now, you cursed out 7 stars when she was about to blow your tea, because you know that if you get kicked out of your subsidized rent controlled place, you don't have no place to go. See, that's the difference between you and myself, my friend, because I have options. I just want you to know that, because you really, I saw your title and I have the right to say whatever I want to say, because number one, I don't rent. That's number one. I have equity, number two. If I sell my house tomorrow, I get my equity. And what I owe from the back gets paid from that. See, you can't say that. You can't say that because you have made bad decisions in your life. You were on that meth, and that's why you don't have no teeth now. See, you've made those decisions to live with those men who didn't give a ish about you. Lord knows, I just finished leaving church, but who didn't give a care about you. And where are they now? And where are you today? See, so I just think that you need to just go ahead and take a couple of seats, because you, of all people, sitting there living off the government, don't have any income except that SSI or SSDI that you get. You have the nerve to talk about somebody who goes to work every day and pays their mortgage. And here you are living off the system because you didn't make right decisions and you were a drug addict. Thank God you got clean. Thank God you got clean. But you made, my friend, bad decisions. So don't be hating and envious, because that's what it seems like. That's what it comes off as. You know what I'm saying? We see how you pack that house, that 699 square feet apartment with 3,900 square feet worth of furniture. We see it. We see it because what you don't have in space, you try to make up with material things and all of these, okay, these Harry Potter, Tale of the Sorcerer pieces of furniture that you get. So I think it's funny. Now, again, I don't listen to you because you come off real bitter, real dark, real angry. And I just saw your title. So my thing is, if someone were to dox you and talk about me, I'm a survivor. And when people came for me, I just did another turn and had other options. And I said, hey, mortgage company, put this in the back. Can you do that? Can you do that? And again, for someone who don't pay a mortgage and living off the government and on subsidies, you have some nerve to talk. For somebody who can't even get veneers because your gum tissue so weak, you got a lot of nerve. Again, fix your teeth, fix your life. Find somebody who can make you happy so you're not out here being bitter. Because you are a bitter man. You're bitter. You're bitter. You have a problem with properly bona fide because, again, she did what she needed to do to get her education and she's living her life. It seems like anybody who's doing something, you are bitter and you have issues with. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. At the end of the day, I don't have a landlord. At the end of the day, I have a mortgage. I'm not living in subsidized housing. And you know good and damn well the people in your apartment want you out. The only reason why you're there is because of the government. The only reason why you're there is because of that voucher. But if you really had to work, you couldn't afford where you live, and you know you couldn't afford where you live. So just be grateful for what you have. Don't worry about what I have. And at the end of the day, don't be mad. $185 and she's in the arrears. But I got options. I got options. You know, look, that man is so pathetic. He don't have nobody but that dog. Thank God he go to church so he can have friends there. And he's sad. And I just want him to get his teeth straight. I can't understand that you got teeth that you can adjust. Could you adjust them to be even? Because I am tired of that Dracula. I got all my teeth in the front, but they slope down in the middle, giving me that hills and valley look. Get your teeth straight. Okay, do something with yourself. All you do is sit in that apartment and vegetate. Find somebody. It's some older man, some older white man. That's what you want that would put up with you. Find somebody. Go out and do a line dance. Get a fan. Put your boots on the ground. Do something with your life and stop being miserable. Baby, living in that 690 square foot apartment with 3,000 square foot of furniture up in there, looking like a whole storage unit up there. Just smelling like mothballs, okay? Mothballs and sharp odors over there in that apartment. All that furniture. And then Lord knows when you leave this earth, somebody got to go through all of that mess, Jesus, and get all of that stuff out. Good God Almighty. No, like the lovely. No, because it's me. It's me. And he has such a love-hate relationship. But I'm here for it today. And like I said, I don't need to get ugly with the man. I don't need to talk about, I'm just talking about facts. You rent, sir, and you don't even rent. The government pays for your place. That disability you have pays for your place. So for somebody who don't have a mortgage, you don't have nothing to say about me. And my thing is, my payment is on the back. You can't do that because you're a renter. You don't own your place. You rent your place. You lease your place. That's the difference. That's the difference. So anyway, what else has been going on? I just wanted to come and say that because that's the truth of the matter. Whether you like it or not, yeah, and I don't even know what you said, but your reads are paltry. Paltry. And again, when 7 Stars threatened to call those people at Social Security, you cussed her out. You was ready to come to LA to find 7 Stars. You were so angry at 7 Stars because you were afraid that your income was getting ready to be cut. You was afraid that you might be homeless and you were scared. See, I went through the fire, but see, I got options. See, somebody actually went through and it didn't stop me from getting what I need. See, that's the problem. You don't have those options. You don't have those options. So say what you want. You don't have those options. You don't have your options to get teeth. Still walking around with them uneven teeth. And it's just sad. Just sad. So what else is going on, you all? I got a little time, but I mean, that's the truth. I just wanted to, I saw the title. As soon as I was leaving out, I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't going to say that. But I'm like, no, we need to tell the difference between me and him and these other people. And you mad because I said what I said, but I said it. And I'm going to make a point off of this. But my thing is, you get a mortgage. You ain't never had one, have you? You always rented or lived off of somebody. You always lived off of somebody. You really never had control of something of your own because that apartment you live in, it ain't even of your own. That's compliments of the taxpayers. That's compliments of the government. That's not you earning anything. That's you because you got a disability. That's what that's about. And for you to even open your shaky mouth with them gummy gums up there to even try to read somebody, sir, have a seat. You don't even own where you live. Okay? You don't even get no equity out of that. If they kick you out tomorrow, you get nothing. Well, we get nothing because we are the taxpayers who pay for it. Period. Period. So while you were in your youth selling drugs, being on drugs, living with people who probably dumped you out because they ain't there now, you ain't with them now, what do you got to show? What do you got to show for yourself, Tim? All of that kingpin money you said you had, what do you got to show for it? Huh? What you got to show for it? Museum pieces? A house full of furniture? What you got to show for it? Can you move? See, I can move out of my house and go to another place. Can you do the same? So why am I going to let some trapped senior citizen with no options try to read me? Child, move on. Your whole life is a read. And this is the thing, you all, when and I never forget it, when 7 stars start really coming in on him about his income, he had a fit. And it was really interesting at the end when I start talking about it. I didn't know the man was on SSI. I don't know he was on disability. Well, I was right. I didn't know it. Baby, when I tell you he had a fit, anything that deals with his Social Security, because that's the only thing he has. And baby, he was doing Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Baby, I never forget the Mayday because people was coming for him. And see, he talks a good game, but see, it happened to me. And I didn't have a problem letting folk know. Because when it came up, that's exactly what happened. And I put those payments right behind that loan. Tim, you can't do that. Pastor Tim has aged since you put him on ice, low key. I'm happy that you are giving him a little something. Baby, I'm giving him a little something, but I'm not upset with the man. I feel sorry for him, to be honest. To be honest. And it's not Jay Wilson versus Tim B. It's not. It's no versus anywhere. It's no versus when you never owned anything. It's no versus when you don't have any equity in anything. All you're doing is renting. It's no versus when you ain't never been doxxed to the point where somebody took your income away. That's why he was crying about that Social Security check, because he thought that 7 was going to follow through so they would take his Social Security away, and he was having a fit. That's why he can't be getting all of these cash apps and stuff, because again, he's on a income basis apartment. He ain't no different from Uppity. And that's why he's probably mad, because he's in the same situation as Uppity. I mean, he's in a subsidized place. He can't make too much money, because he make too much money, they'll come knocking on his door. Oh, he knows the rules. He ain't dumb. And then instead of encouraging Rico to better himself, he's trying to have Rico live off the system. And Tim, that's all you've done is live off the system. Either you lived off the system by selling people things that were harmful to them, that would hurt them. Unfortunately, you start taking the same thing you were selling to people. You became your own customer. And you don't have nothing to show for that. Because if you who you say you were, you wouldn't be living in no 690 square foot apartment in San Francisco trying to turn it. You'll actually have a place where you could live. And that's the sad part about it. And you just bitter and hateful. And I don't know why you are, but it don't really make me no difference. I don't really care why you upset with me. That's your problem. That's not my. I love you in Jesus' name. I love you in God's name. I love you, period, regardless of yourself. because I know that you've been through a lot in your life. But coming after me ain't gonna do nothing about it. You are still in the situation. You made some serious bad decisions. Thank God that you got it right. Thank God that you ain't on drugs no more. But that's not my problem. And I said what I said. And I do have the right. I talk about anything I want to. What are y'all saying? He and his mud constantly speak on pastor. Oh, but they always do. They always do. And I'm telling you, I'm sure he's almost getting an orgasm now because I'm mentioning him, but it's not in a bad light. It's a light that you need to get yourself together. You got teeth that need to be worked on. You're battling health issues. Okay? You keep on buying stuff and you don't have nothing to show for it. And you can say whatever you want. Again, I can sell my house and get equity. I just got the line of how much equity I can pull from my house. Can you pull equity out of that apartment? Can you get anything out of that apartment? All of that furniture you done bought, is it worth $1 million? You think you got $1 million in the house? I'm just asking. I just think you're pathetic. But anyway, that's my thought. I let people do what they need to do. I just think it's sad. I just think it's sad. And then you want to brag about all the uh, illegal substances you sold and all of this. I mean, you take great pride in that. And that tells me where you are. You taking pride in that? That's nothing to be proud about. That's nothing to be proud about, but you take pride in it. It tells me everything that I need to know about you. Have you called your mama lately? Have you said hello to her? Are you still on good terms? Instead of worry about me, you need to be getting that relationship together. I'm just saying, because I'm on good grounds with my living parent. I talk to them daily. I make sure to go see them. Can you say the same? I just feel sorry for both. Let me tell you, I really do. And let me say this: I'm not going in on that man. I'm not trying to, because I don't. And I have really said little about him. But notice with Tim, anybody who's doing something, he has an issue. And like I said, y'all, I have been through quite a great deal on YouTube. But it ain't gonna stop my blessing and don't stop my praise. I do what I need to do. I don't cry about it. When people did what they need to do, I just quietly did what I needed to do. That was it. I quietly did what I needed to do. So anyway, but I just saw your little caption and I just wanted to address it. I didn't even want to look at you because again, you have a cloud of darkness over you. You're really bitter. You're very angry. And I hope you get over it one day. I hope you find love and it holds you tight. I really do. Because you really need something in your life. I don't know what it is. I hope you reconcile with your mama and people and reconcile with what you've done. Because it seems like you're still holding on to some stuff. And you too old. Okay, you too old to be acting silly like this. You too old. You too old. And the thing is, you really take it seriously. That's what I don't get with you. You really be taking stuff seriously, child. I'm like, is you okay? And again, y'all, a lot of these people will come after me because they know I'm not gonna do any heavy doxing and go in on real hard. But I'm gonna tell you what, Benji Aston's lit your butt up and read you for filth about who you really are. And so my thing is, get yourself together, Tim. You get a house and get a mortgage, and then we can talk. Stop renting. And you ain't even, I don't know why I keep on saying stop renting, because you don't even own nothing. You sitting up there leasing. So I can't really say that to you because you are really leasing. But I hope everything works out for you. Now, y'all, what else is going on? I just wanted to address that because again, dude got some real serious issues, and I saw his caption. I'm like, let me address that. Let me really address that today, because again, he had like, baby, I'm missing payments. Oh no, no, I put those jokers right behind, and again, that's a difference. And I don't pay $185 a month to stay at a place. But that kind of hit home to you, Tim, because you're in the same situation as Uppity. And see, the beef sector has been really kind to you. See, they didn't do you like they did Uppity because they respect you. They don't want you out on the street. But baby, let me tell you something. When you even thought that Seven Stars was getting ready to call you in, all of that furniture you got, all of that stuff you got, because people want to know, if you on such a fixed income, how you getting all of these things? How you getting all of this stuff? Oh, yes. And you got a little nervous because you may have given account of that because, again, you used to fraud. You used to doing things that is under the table. That's why you were so reluctant getting them cash apps and everything, because again, you were afraid that somebody in the beef sector was going to call on you. You were afraid that they were going to make some public records. See, I pay my taxes. Oh, yes. That's why I take off mileage and everything else. Oh, I pays my tax, but do you pay yours? Do you pay yours? If they were to audit you now on what you got from YouTube, will you be all right? Will you still have what you have? I'm just asking. See, that's the thing. And you so busy worried about me. But at the end of the day, if they would audit you, are you ready? Could you? And this is why you were so afraid when Seven Stars was getting ready to call a few people at Social Security Administration, because you knew that if they found out you was making extra income on the side, that it could adversely affect what you were getting. So before you come to me and start talking about that, you think about what you got going on. Think about what you got going on. If somebody were to call today, will you be all right? You have all the receipts for all of them cash apps and stuff you've been getting and all that furniture. How you get all that furniture and you on limited income like that? Really? Yeah. So mind the business that pays you. That's all I can say for you, because at the end of the day, you were the one crying when Seven Stars was about to pop you. Child, zero lightness. It's not. It's not. It's not. It is not. It is not. And I'm glad that you like him like that, but it is not. It's not. It's not. It ain't no inheritance. It's not. Well, you can tell us you bought a bus for $300 and brag about it. And see, he and Uppy are just alike. Always want to brag about what they bought and how much they bought it for, and da 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 da, not realizing that you own limited income. And so people are gonna question them, why? Mm-hmm. Just alike. Just alike. Well, well, you don't know him. Okay. Well, I'm just telling you. So again, Tim, since you want to talk about me and my back payments, which is pretty much me just putting that back in the end of the loan, let's talk about you. So if somebody were to do that to you and somebody were to dox you and you lose all of that, can you pay your rent? Could you pay your mortgage? Because you seem like you very confident. So if somebody did that to you right now, could you pay that? Because see, I'm a survivor. I don't think you would be able to survive. I think you would be out on the street. That's what I think. I think you would really be out on the street because I don't think you got what you need. And see, this is the thing. You don't have any room to talk about me because, see, I've been through the fire and I'm still here. Could you say the same? If they took away your social security check and you ain't have a way to pay your rent, do you think that you would be ahead on your rent? Because see, that's what you probably didn't tell people. Could you do it? I mean, what you gonna do? Go back and sell drugs? You gonna sell some trim? You gonna sell you? You think you got enough money? You think you got enough equity in you to do so? I'm just asking. My God, today. And I'm really not upset. I'm just making sense of these people, and it's just really funny that they have all of this smoke. But my thing is, if they went through what I went through, they wouldn't be able to make it, and we know that, baby. When you thought that man was on you, the same man who threatened me, see, when he was threatening you, you was crying. You was saying Mayday, Mayday. You were scared out of your wits. You talked all of that noise. But baby, when you thought that man was on you actually punked up and started crying and started hollering Mayday. See, that was you. Now, I went through the mess, just like you, just like you. But see, I guess they felt some pity for you and they left you alone because they knew that if they did what they did to you, what they did to me to you, that you wouldn't make it. You wouldn't survive. They knew that. Ah, so you go run and tell that. So while you sitting up here trying to spin a narrative, tell the truth and shame the devil. You know you don't got it like that. You know if they would have done that to you, you would have been out in the streets. You know you don't have no options besides that public assistance that you're getting. Yeah, and I mean Tim, I think he in a better place than Rico because Tim is older. So now he is seen as a senior citizen and he's older. I'm concerned about Rico because Rico is an able-bodied working man. And honey, if Trump is closing down, if Trump is closing down, if he's closing down Job Corps, child, you know he don't give a crap about people who can work. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. So, yes, Lord. Let me see if this is the place where I need to be. Oh, okay, yeah, it is. Okay, y'all. But yeah, so y'all look, no stress here. Ain't angry at nobody. It is what it is. Everybody wants to be seen. But my thing is go through what I go through and then you can come back and talk to me. But get your teeth fixed, number one. And if somebody will come for you and this is why Tim is so, because he was, let me tell you something. When we went to Atlanta, he was very adamant. He said, I was very upset with you because you talked about my income. And pretty much he was saying that somebody can take my stuff away. And he was very concerned about that. And I said, oh, okay, then I get it. I get it. I don't want to bother you. I don't want to, I get it. And so we were good. But then in the Tim fashion, and I want y'all to get this, this is how it started again. In the Tim fashion, first of all, he had pressure from other people because, again, people thought he was supposed to fight me and all of that. When that didn't happen, they were very upset. But when Tim and I were at that table, that's exactly what we talked about his income and what he did and so on and so forth. And I'm like, I'm good with that. When we got back home, there was somebody we were talking about when Tracy, they were saying that, Tracy was on Section 8 or whatever. I was talking about somebody who I met and they told me their plight on Section 8 and being on fixed income. Do you not know Tim thought it was him? Did not mention his name. He thought it was him. He was so much into that conversation, it wasn't even him. It's a content creator who's on now, who I'm really cool with, who was telling me their story, and it was them. It had nothing to do with Tim Blaine. Tim Blaine took that as me shading him, and here we are today, off of something that didn't even involve him. Didn't even involve him. So now you have back this bitterness and vitriol over that. But that is why he's angry, because he guards that income. Because he knows that if anything happens to that income, he's done. Now, I didn't have to scream. I didn't have to cuss. I didn't have to do all of this. That is the truth. That's what you told me, Tim. You were very angry because of that. So, Tim, focus on keeping your income. I pray that no one ever comes at you and start doing some real serious investigation. No, Kim, I'm not. It's not under my skin, but I just need to let people know what the real deal is, because people will try to act like that you're the one. And again, if you look at their situation is more dire than mine. That's all I'm saying. Their situation has them living in San Francisco in a very, very desirable high rent area where truly the apartment would love to kick him out because they really want to get market value. They can't get market value for that apartment because it's government rate, and they would really like him out. Truth be told, quiet be kept. Because that government's, and that disability, it keeps him in his apartment. It keeps him in his apartment. So my thing is, I can sell my house and go get a less expensive house, or bank that money and stay in an apartment and be good for a year and find some other place. Tim, you don't have those options. You don't even work no more. So that's all I'm trying to bring out. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So when it comes to me and you, we're a little different. We're a little different. I still work. You don't. So anyway, y'all, that's all I had to say. I'm really not upset with it. I think it's really funny. I just saw the title and I really wanted to respond with truth, because see, people will have a lie. And let me say this, that same white man who came for you, he came for me. Oh yeah, he came for me. He came for me. And he was continually trying to come for me. But I got options and I'm here. And because of that situation, I put my mortgage payment in the back. But Tim, when he came for you, you cried Mayday. And I'm so glad that he didn't get you, because if he would have gotten you, you would have been homeless, sir. You would have been homeless. And that's what you failed to realize. So while you trying to act like, oh, Jay Wilson, you the last person. No. My stuff was pushed back in the back of the loan because of that situation. So don't leave it out. If you're going to tell it all. But if he would have gotten you, what would you have done? Answer that question. See, that's the question. So while you're up here doing all of that, and let me tell you something, people were coming for your Blaine. They had your church. They had what they did to me and what they tried to do to me. They were trying to do to you. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because even though he don't like me, baby, I don't have no issue. So while you up there running your gums and shaking your teeth, you better be glad that I didn't go along and say, go ahead and do it to put your life in danger. Because you talk a good game when you're on this YouTube platform. You really do. But when that man came for you, it was a Mayday situation. Let's not forget that. And when 7 stars threatened you, you almost had a heart attack because you got real scared. So that's all I need to say. And you told me out of your own mouth that that's all you got is that check that comes in from the government and those vouchers that you get to stay in your place. So again, before you start talking about me and my situation, you better look at yours. And you and Uppity are in the same situation. Y'all shouldn't be making extra money, because the more money you make, the less money you get for your living arrangements. And you know that. And you know that inside. And the thing is, both of y'all live in expensive places. The only reason why y'all live in them expensive places is because you know those people give out more distribution because it's expensive to live there. And that's the only reason y'all there. Because you wouldn't make it in the South. You would not make it in Georgia. You would not make it in Texas. Because they would make you go to work. So therefore, you hang out these bastions of these liberal places to live. Because they are definitely sanctuary cities. But had you lived somewhere else, you wouldn't be talking this story, period. All right, y'all. But that said, the loved one is waiting for me. So let me go ahead and meet him. No anger here, just truth. Just truth. So y'all have a good one. Peace and love. Bye.